Some stories today that Fletcher's been bringing you that there's no hard and fast decisions on the future of Erik Ten Hag. He addressed the crowd last night. Generally apparently it was a smattering of boos, but generally it was all positive, and he thanked the fans. But will he be there next season? There's some suggestions that Tosin Adenrabaio's people have not been given guarantees that he will be there next year. That's leaked out somehow. Micky Gray is our man in Manchester, the former Sunderland player, of course. Good afternoon, Mick.
Hello, Mick.
Paul, Charlie, how are you doing?
What's your gut feeling? I mean, I'm sure you sound people out there. Can he salvage this? I mean, I suppose winning the FA Cup would make a big difference to that, maybe change attitudes and getting into Europe, etc. But you think it is salvageable at the moment?
I'm probably in the same boat as everybody else has been, Paul, throughout the whole of the season, where it kind of chops and changes every single month. They look like they've turned a corner and then they have a dip in form. And I think it's just been one of them seasons for Manchester United. But I think at the minute, he's hanging by his coattails. I think he knows that himself. He's got to get the transfer window in the summer right. But I do think he will last longer than the FA Cup final. I think he'll be given his opportunity at the beginning of next season. But they have got to hit the ground running. There's no doubt about it. If they don't get off to a good start, then I think everybody will start pointing the fingers at Erik Ten Hag. And I think they'll be crying out for a change at that football club.
Decent performance last night, wasn't it? Certainly better. This is the thing with Manchester United; they can pull out performances like that along the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was an entertaining game. I think it had that feel of an end-of-season game to it, but knowing that Manchester United still want to try and finish in those European spots if they possibly can, as did Newcastle. So I think that's why it was kind of end-to-end. Man United obviously got the 3 points, but you still look at some of those chances that Newcastle missed.
Yeah.
And that's what I think people have been worried about throughout the whole of the season. I know they've had injuries defensively in the centre-half positions and full-back positions, but they can't keep giving the opposition 15 to 20 chances every single game, because that's why they've been punished so many times this season, Paul. And that's one thing surely 100% has to change at the beginning of next season.
If they get tonked sort of 5 or 6 in the FA Cup final, what do you think that makes any difference at all?
I think it might have done if it was anybody else but Man City, Charlie. Look, they played against them twice this season. They lost 3-1 and 3-0 home and away. And I think, they're just in a league of their own, aren't they, Man City at the moment? So who knows? Look, they can go out, they can score 3, 4, 5 goals against you. But I think Man United and Erik Ten Hag will know that themselves. They've got players that are going to be coming back from injury as well, which is obviously a boost. Lisandro Martinez got a few minutes, didn't he, last night? I think Harry Maguire's probably going to be okay or touch and go for the cup final. And then you're looking at the fullbacks. I don't know if Luke Shaw's going to be right himself, but that's just what's been missing. That longevity of players playing week in, week out. So they've not been able to have that stable back four, if you like. And I think that will help them going into a game against Man City. But no doubt, they're still going to go in as underdogs.
Mickey, thanks very much. We'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, guys.
There we are, Micky Gray, there, our man in Manchester. And, of course, we'll be hearing from Erik Ten Hag, along with all the managers in the build-up to a big weekend, the final weekend of the Premier League.
Yeah. I heard Adrian Durham calling it very Old Trafford last night. A slight dig as he was introducing
the show.
They go to
Brighton on the last day, of course. United who were beaten by Chelsea.
They're on the beach, aren't they, Brian? Pebbly Beach.
Indeed,
Pebbly Beach.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.